Welcome back, everyone, to Season 2. Last time we left our orphans in the midst of ending of combat and the confliction that happened. Velye was whisked away to the Feywilds in order to become the greatest druid that there ever was. Copyright music here. Now then, as our orphans continue to travel down the tunnel, they must overcome the burden of losing one of the party members and adventure ahead of Lady Vakas. Let us begin. You all find yourself wandering down the tunnel. You see that it is made out of carved stone, as you would expect as the other tunnels are. You see that it is finished, using that word very lightly. You see that there's still piles of rubble and whatnot. You are sensing that probably there's not very good structural integrity going down here. It is freezing. The only thing that's keeping you remotely warm is your prestidigitation spell warming stuff. Without that, you'd probably be taking cold damage right now.
Or being immune to it.
Or having the warmth for praying at the altar.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Yeah. I don't care about cold.
Yeah. You're just like half naked, just like what?
The last of 5 when we've only been in the.
You guys cold?
In Norwegian.
No, I'm good. Thanks, party.
You can continue walking down. You're still coming to terms with the news that Calicant gave you, with the village unfortunately being buried in snow, and what he describes as a magical-like blizzard that's within 4 miles of Lady Vakas' estate that does not seem to cease no matter what hour it has been. It seems to be that's what is causing the snowfall and the impediment of any exploration and or forces that would reinforce the removal of the demon that is currently possessing her. Although it seems that possibly enough that maybe you can get close enough or find a way in. Who knows? As you continue going down the tunnel, eventually you do see out. You can see down from the side of the tunnel that up in the distance you see that there is... so you look off in the distance, you see that over a frozen lake there seems to be a bridge that leads over to this very large manor. You can scarcely see it through the snow though, as you see that there is a very large blizzard surrounding the entire place. It seems to be encased in ice. The lake that once surrounded it now just seems to be thick and covered in at least 3 feet of snow. You see that the bridge itself is also covered in as thick as snow, and you feel an unnatural cold once you look over at the state just from a few miles off. As you look back down towards the village, you see that it's basically covered in snow. You see that while it being mostly intact still, you do not see any of the residents that would normally be down in the village. What would you like to do?
I think I just figured it all out. We have to find Elsa.
No.
Copyright.
Just no. I'm going to explore the village.
Explore the village.
Yeah, I guess go down into the village.
Yeah, let's wander around.
Cautiously, though.
Cautiously, though, as you all, I'm guessing, going to ready some kind of action in case of something.
Bottom.
Giant and abominable, what? Nothing. Jumps out at you. As you wander through the village, you see that the once inhabitants of the village seem to be encased in what seem to be ice sculptures. As you walk by them, you notice that their eyes slowly move, as if they still seem to be alive, and there's a thin layer of air surrounding them. There's still a chance to save all of them. While traveling through the village, you find a few houses that you can potentially go into, one looking to be an inn, another to be a librarian, and the last one which looks to have a figure walking around inside it.
I'm going right into the library.
I'm going to check out the one with the figure looking inside it.
I'll be figure house.
I'll go in with them.
I'm gonna try and free the people.
Okay. We shall go to the library, then go to free people, and then lastly to the figure. and there's still the inn if you wish to explore it. Library, as you walk in, you see the large double doors that would normally be closed, about 7 feet tall, smashed in half due to the weight of the snow that is on it. You see the windows are smashed from the sheer coldness. You notice that even though your magical resistance is keeping you warm, you notice that the outside of your gear is slowly obtaining icicles, as if it's probably about -20 out right now. As you walk around, you see that inside the staircase, there seems to be where people would go about their everyday lives. You see a few of them are bent over, frozen, looking at books. Someone is sitting there with a book open, still in their hands, that is just frozen solid. As you look around, it's a very haunting scene, as if you're seeing what definitely seems to still be live people. You can see their eyes move as you grow closer to them, as they seem to be wary, and you look around. Is there anything you wish to explore in here?
Let's look at some schematics. So I'm gonna see if they have a section on any machinery or something just to take my mind off of the cavern.
Definitely. Roll an investigation check.
Shit. 14?
14. You managed to climb up to the second floor, impeding your footsteps was indeed a thick layer of ice, but you managed to overcome it due to your adventuring gear. Eventually you get up to the second floor. As you look around, you do see that there seems to be a very few scattered schematics on a bookshelf. It looks to be about 3 of them. Though, as you pick it up, it seems that the scroll is frozen shut, and you risk breaking it if you open it up.
I'll just store it for now.
Okay.
I've got a bag of holding, I can do that.
All right.
So three schematics?
Yep, 3 schematics. As you pick up the 3 schematics, you feel kind of a haunting breeze as you continue to walk through the librarium. As you descend to the second floor, you feel as if you're being watched very briefly.
Readying the vine spear.
Roll a perception check.
Wait, does that add my wisdom modifier or no?
If you're proficient in it, yes.
I am not. So that's an 18.
Alright. You see briefly a flash of this woman. You see her briefly standing in the doorway. What looks to be her skin a very pale blue, and it looks like the ice is almost surrounding her, and then she vanishes.
Can I follow that image through the doorway it was in?
Yeah, as you followed out back into the cold, you see nothing.
I'm gonna go back.
You go back in, she is no longer there. And anything else?
I got nothing.
Alright. Trying to break them free. As you go up to them, roll a medicine check.
That would be 19 plus 2, 21.
You see that there is a very thin layer of air that's surrounding it as a bubble surrounds the entire body. It doesn't see any of the ice has specifically frozen onto the body, as if she's encasing them, as if she's resisting the will of the Yukiona. But you also kind of, after inspecting it a bit, you see that if you broke the ice in the correct directions, that you could possibly free people. But you also see in other terms that if you break it in the wrong way, you can probably kill them.
I'm gonna first try and press the digitation one, warming the inside and melting the ice from the inside.
You see that prestidigitation works very briefly as it warms the inside. You create a larger pocket for the air, but it seems that as you do, the ice re-encloses very soon after.
Alright, I'm gonna hit it.
Okay, roll the hit.
Ooh.
Todd murders
that would be-
people again.
That'd be a 9.
You still managed to hit it. Probably not in where you wanted to hit it. Roll damage.
That'd be a 6. Oops.
And
I'm gonna still do D6. 2.
You do 2 damage. You see the hand axe go into the ice, and you see it dive down into the layers of the ice as it keeps going closer and closer, as if you're trying to go into it. You see that your misglanced blow almost like cuts off the person's arm, but you see as it gets close enough to the air pocket, you feel a sudden force jut your axe, and you see it go flying 20 feet behind you.
Fucking pain in my ass. I'm gonna walk back, grab my axe, and just slash at it.
Okay.
That's better. 21.
21 definitely hits. Roll damage.
I forgot to add my strength last time. 8.
You do 8 damage as you try and cut through the ice in order to free them. With a well-placed blow, you manage to delve down just enough in order to pierce into where the air pocket would be. You sense there's a strong magical force coming from it.
Careful.
Ouch. I need one more D6.
Rip headphone users.
Rip headphones users.
It's been a while since I played this character, and the Great Sword is 2D6. So that'd be another 6.
Okay, yeah, that kind of helps a
So
little
that'd be
bit.
14.
Okay, yeah, that helps a bit more. Okay, so you use your greatsword. As you cut through, you feel the force proactively trying to prevent the escape of the individual, but you feel that you break through. Ep1 says to you in your mind as you start freeing the person, "There's a strong ice magic somewhere here. Vakas is definitely in a pact with a demon. I can feel its presence from here.
What demon is this?
A demon of the ice. It is as if the old wizard foresaw the future. It must be Yukiona."
How do I free these people?
Why, simple. You ask.
Free these people.
You see that as your greatsword pierces into the ice, you see the ice kind of crackle with almost like this black necrotic energy as it just ripples through the ice, just shattering it, and you see this older gentleman kind of just fall into the snow on his hands, completely drained.
I'm just gonna walk away to the next person.
Okay. And you're just going to continue to do it? Okay. Alright. Person in the store. As you approach the general store, you approach the Dancing Hog Emporium. All your goods and salted meats. Come here to get them. Good salted meats at that. As you wander inside, you see this rather short figure who's wrapped in what seems to look like pelts. You see this very interesting long bow on her back with what looks to be very intricate and delicate feathers. You see that she's walking around. As you approach, you do not feel any ill intent from her. You hear people approaching. What do you wish to do?
Turn around rather quickly and pull out my dagger
Okay.
in a defensive position.
Okay. You see her pull out her dagger and turn around. Describe your character.
So Sadar, first I'm going to do a perception roll to see if I can see her face.
Okay.
Like, that would be an 18.
You can definitely see her face.
Okay, Sadar is going to drop both his daggers, put his hands up and say, "Lisa."
And back up more.
Describe your character.
You see a very short gnome standing in front of you, really thin and lean, really pale skin except for a layer of dirt that's just constantly covering her from being outside so long, emerald green eyes and long blonde hair that is braided.
Okay.
Alright, well, he's being all delusional. I'm presuming she's a resident from here, so I'm going to take out a piece of, bread and toss it to her, stating, we come in peace, we're not here to hurt you.
I leave the bread on the ground.
Are you Nisa?
No.
Blue screen of death.
No blue screen it up. TV.
Are you by any chance hungry?
No.
Okay. How are you not trapped like the other citizens here?
I ignore him and continue looking for arrows.
Roll an investigation check.
You haven't looked at the dice yet. It's a 1. I literally did not look at the dice until he started laughing. That's a natural 1.
As you ignore everyone and you continue your investigation, you don't see a frozen, you don't see like a frozen beam that's kind of like on the ground. As you walk forward without looking at it, and then you just kind of trip and slide into the snow.
Oh well, this one isn't very smart.
To be fair, you've done some pretty undexterous things too.
You
Name a
wouldn't
time.
mind telling me I can
I can
possibly
name
help
several.
you look for what you're searching for?
I'm still ignoring him. And I get up begrudgingly.
Alright, I guess I'll make an investigation check to see if there's anything, or perception to see if there's anything else going on besides just her falling.
Okay.
I will as well. It'll be a 12.
I got a 14.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a perception check as well, and that is an 18.
Did Adam want to roll?
I'm gonna do an investigation.
Oh, I didn't know Adam was with us.
Yeah, Corky's
my
with you.
perception sucks. Yeah, that's an 11.
As you three look throughout it, you see that a lot of the goods that were in the store are indeed frozen by the magical ice that seems to be encasing everything else. 18. While everyone else is distracted by the frozen goods, you hear shattering coming from outside. It sounds almost as if ice is breaking.
I'm going to quote unquote alarm the other 3/4 if she's even listening to me. And I'm just gonna keep rummaging around.
As he mentions it, everyone else indeed, you do hear the shattering. It sounds a little bit farther away, maybe like a half a block or so, but you can definitely hear it.
Alright, well I'm just gonna scoop out of there and run and try to catch up to him because as far as I know, he's alone.
Yeah, those are ones. Okay.
Once they all turn around and are like looking at me, I pick up the bread and I start eating it.
Okay.
I'm doing perception that bitch.
Okay.
17 perception.
Nice.
Yeah, you catch a quick glance. She accepts the bread.
Well, in that case, I pull out 2 days of my rations and give it to her.
You're presented with 2 days worth of rations.
She doesn't let him near her.
She backs up.
Oh, for heck's
Just gonna
sake,
put on-
mage hand. I pick up the rations and float it towards her.
Suddenly, rations start floating towards you.
I'll take them. I'll take them. I accept them.
Aha! Progress! And then I start walking away.
Yes, then I start walking away.
Wonderful. The diplomat actually doing diplomatic actions. A good
High
job.
five, diplomat.
Yay! I feel accomplished.
While that's happening, as you turn to leave the general store, you go out, you follow the sound of the shattering. Eventually you see Azur. He's got a group of about 10 people following him.
Here, I thought you murdered them all.
Who said I wasn't trying to?
Well, thank you for failing.
Alright. Let's see.
You're not there.
Guys. Oh.
No, you're there. He's not.
Okay.
Well, I presume you've seen me because I'm kind of not hard to miss.
Yeah.
Giant walking fish person.
I just walk by her.
Gotta keep randomly moving the mouse. Oh, technical difficulties. Okay. You're continuing. You're finding it not that difficult now. You're kind of start feeling more one with Ep1 as you just casually start sticking your blades into the ice and you feel the presence just ripple through the ice, dispelling the magic around it.
Alright, while he's doing that, I'm going to talk to the townsfolk, see roughly how long this has been going on, see if there's any place safe and warm for them to be.
They all look at you, and you see that this one older gentleman, the first one he actually rescued, walks up. He has this very long beard and kind of like this hunchback. You see that he carries around like a stick they basically picked off the ground. As you see, he kind of uses it to move around. And he looks at you. It happened a few months ago. The lady started acting weird. This weather soon followed. And oh, my God. We've been frozen for who knows. We felt this presence though, this resistance. We thought we were dead, but we think she's fighting back.
Well, was she a fair ruler before now?
Quite so. She shared her profits with the city. This damage of the storm had rippled through it and broke most of our homes and houses and windows and whatnot, but before then it was a fair trading city due to her reign.
Okay, is there a place where we can keep all of you guys, warm so you guys don't freeze to death?
He kind of looks at you and looks at everyone else and he kind of shakes his... We could go to the city hall. There we could construct a bonfire. It should be warm enough to keep us alive at least.
At least till we solve this.
Place is made out of stone, which should keep this blasted wind out.
Alright.
Speaking of wind, as you notice Azur continues to break the ice statue, you notice that the blizzard starts to pick up.
Okay. Which way is City Hall?
After the blizzard picks up, you cannot see more than about 20 feet in all directions.
Well, I'm asking the villagers, because they would know the outlay.
Yes, we need to head north from here. We should find it very soon.
I'm gonna let him know to keep going north because there's a city hall there where all these people can remain safe and warm. Because unlike us, they're not, warmth and cold.
As you're kind of just like, you're just kind of like, cold.
So I know that I have to take them to City Hall?
Yeah, you basically know that they need to go to City Hall in order to survive. You also know that as you're breaking them out, the blizzard is picking up.
Lord Ep1, can you guide me?
I guess so. You see that Ep1 kind of lights up with this almost necrotic aura as it kind of ripples over your blade, and you see it kind of points the direction towards the building.
While we're on the topic, if you can guide me there, can you guide me to Velye?
She's not on this plane.
Why isn't she on this plane?
The Queen told you she went to the Feywild.
That's not on this plane?
No, didn't you pay attention in portal class?
You mean nap class?
I mean, I guess. As he just goes quiet.
Well, somebody ain't thinking with portals.
Everyone, as you start leading them to there, everyone else notices that the wind is indeed picking up. You soon see that your visibility drops to 20 feet in all directions when you look around. What seems to be thick wall of snow seems to be in your pathway as you seem to look past. You see that as you lead them to the hall, the large stone doors seem to withheld against a large pile of snow that is in front. You see that there is about 6 feet total. You see the stone's encumbrance is kind of keeping out the snow that would be forced into it, as well as the wind. The elder looks at, how are we ever going to clear that amount of snow?
How much snow is it?
About 6 feet tall.
I'm going to produce flame cantrip and just start throwing fireballs at the snow.
Okay, you just start chucking fireballs, and you see everyone kind of gasp as they watch you start chucking fire at the snow. What magic? Only Lady Vakas could do that.
He must be from one of those far-off towns, maybe from the academy. Oh yes, the academy. Where they train heroes?
Yes.
And they all just kind of look at you, and then look back to him as basically you just start continue chucking the fireballs until all the snow is gone.
I'm just going to be getting angrier and angrier as I'm throwing the fireballs.
Roll the hit.
That's not a good thing.
That's
9.
one.
No. Not quite in that one, but 9.
As you continue to get more angrier and angrier, eventually one of your produced flames just shoots off towards the left, and you catch a pine tree on fire that's like directly left of the entrance.
We needed warmth.
Fair enough.
Major problem is that the pine is a very smoky wood when it burns.
Especially when it's fresh.
And
Yeah.
a signal for everyone to follow.
Yeah. Okay, I will accept that. Roll
Good job.
perception checks, everyone.
I'm right next to him. I don't want to get
Still in
scared.
the shop.
That one!
High five, Fred.
I don't know where I'm going!
Speaking of still in the shop, is there anything that I can see that I can use? Anything of use?
Rope, hiking boots, pittance,
My
quilts. You find a quiver of 10 arrows. You see it hanging about like 10 feet up on like the wall.
You got this. You got this.
I want it.
I
I want it.
You see that there's a variety of other things there. A few pelts here and there, a few bear traps. You do see that the owner is kind of just standing right there, frozen by like where the money drawer seems to be.
I'm
the
going
arrows.
to stand up, go over to the arrows, jump up and grab them.
Roll athletics.
Athletics.
Yep.
That would be a 21. Good
You-
thing it wasn't acrobatics, because Jesus
You
Christ.
just kind of like run forward, and you just kind of jump off one of the lower shelves up. You grab the quiver off, and you land.
Yep. And then I'm going to give the shop owner 2 pieces of gold. Wait, how much is? Give him 5 pieces of gold, and I'm going to look over at her, raise the quiver. Do you want this?
Yes, but it's yours now.
No, it's not. I also take 50 arrows from mine and push it over to her. You now have 60 arrows, you're welcome.
I pick it up.
How many arrows are you carrying, bro?
110.
How tall
A lot
is
of
the
arrows.
I got damn arrows.
3.
He's armed to the teeth.
I have arms to the
Arrows
teeth.
almost as big as you.
Probably.
Yeah, you probably. Your arrows.
I mean, my longbow's as tall as me, probably.
Yeah, probably.
No, a longbow to you is a short bow.
Yeah.
So eventually you produce flame cantrip, lights your way through the snow. You see the elder go up, and he walks up to the door, and you see him press the like piece of wood in it. All right, I need my staff for that. It looks up. Has anyone seen my staff? It has a little bird on it.
Have you seen that?
I'm not.
He looks around. We can't get inside unless someone finds it.
Where was the last place you remember having it?
He thinks a little bit. Near the bridge to Lady Vakas' estate. From here, just directly south. You'll find the road that leads down to it.
I'll go with you.
Wait here. I'm gonna throw my sword on my back and start walking.
Okay. Alright. You continue walking, you pass by the general store. You see that everyone that wasn't there is still in there, exploring the shop and whatnot.
I'll stop in to see what's going on.
Oh, I might as well fill you in during the walk. There's a gnome in the shop.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna cautiously walk in now with my sword drawn.
Okay.
Alright. By this point, I'm
Friendly
going to
ish,
introduce
no.
myself and
No, not no.
Corgi. And then I hear Hothead come in and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's Azar.
I
He's
now
a
take
lit-
out my hand axe.
He's a little PMS right now.
Who are you?
Who are you?
He just told me
He's
it was Azar.
Azar, aka Hothead. He's pissed that his sister left.
Are you deaf?
Are you a dumbass?
That's beside the point.
Evan Chill chuckles.
That's pretty much the sound of it.
Essentially, yes.
What is your purpose here? Gnome?
Oof.
I don't know why Azar is suddenly racist against gnomes.
Apparently,
know. Well, it
He's
could be
not
because
racist, he just hates everyone equally.
you're just so pissed about, Valley going bye-bye.
You're too close to a fairy for my liking.
Arrows, dumbass.
Which you now have 60 of.
You have them. Leave.
Boy, Azar.
With pleasure.
Whoa.
I walk
The
I'm
pacey
following her.
progression, aren't we?
I'm gonna leave.
Okay.
I'm following.
Everyone starts vacating the process.
I'm just gonna
I'm
continue
still walking
going
towards
south.
that frickin'...
Yeah.
I'm gonna catch up with W.
Wait,
I'm gonna start walking back in the woods.
wait.
What?
I understand that you might not trust us, or that you definitely don't fucking like Azar.
Don't feel bad about
Most
that,
of us
none of us
don't.
do.
Hey, speak
Fuck.
for yourself.
But
You tolerate
can you
it.
please join us?
Now I actually
We are missing
understand his behavior completely. If I had family, I would feel that way too.
the fact that you
Yeah.
have seemingly been surviving in this cold by yourself. We need
We
someone
were
of
friends
your
during the trials and probably
ability.
before that, so...
That's why I survived. I travel alone.
Oh.
Yes, but now you have a chance to survive with others. And if we give you any reason to distrust us, I won't fight it if you try to attack us.
No need to tell me twice.
I feel like he's...
She might just attack you for the sake of it.
Offering my hand, will you join us?
I walk back, but I don't take his hand.
Can't say I blame you, he's pretty tall. Considering you're pretty tall.
Is Corgi going to follow?
Pretty tall.
That's like kneecap level.
Yeah.
Go check out
My
the burning
arms are
tree.
super fucking long.
Oh yeah, you can see the smoke.
Mr.
You can see the smoke through the.
It catches enough attention that I head that direction.
Yep. You go over and you head towards it. And as you go through it, the villagers turn around. They see this like large Goliath walking up to them with this flaming great axe.
Naked fellow with a flaming axe.
Oh, we forgot to tell them about the others.
And they'll Frost Giant! As you hear the elder yell, and everyone and everyone else hears some like screams off in the distance. Yeah.
We should probably head over to there.
Okay, I'm gonna have him continue going towards the staff, and I'm gonna run back as fast as I can.
Okay.
I'm still walking.
When I get there, I'm gonna look at him and say, no, there's about 4 or 5 other people coming that is in our group.
And
He's not a frost giant.
he's so big.
Calm down, little man.
You're so big though.
Not that big.
He kind of looks at you. And on fire, it seems.
That's just my axe.
He looks at the axe, and then looks at the flames upon. Magic everywhere, it seems.
And then I'm gonna dash back to him.
Do some fancy axe handling.
They go ooh and ahs are less terrified of you now.
Congratulations, you are now an entertainer.
As the group continues to follow Guppy towards Lady Vakas' manor, you see, you also notice the smoke from the library too.
I'm not looking outside, so.
Okay, you notice nothing. You continue to look throughout the library. You are
At this point, I'm just looking for anything weird. Out of the
And a
ordinary,
giant
just
fire
weird.
outside.
Roll an investigation check.
Is it weird?
It's 20.
Cup roll.
Yeah,
You continue to investigate, and you notice that when you're looking through the documentation, there seems to be a ledger. As you go up to the ledger, you see that there, Lady Vakas was indeed in this library at some period of time. When you notice it, you look at the book that she looked up, and it said, Pax, The Way of the Warlock.
Buddy, old pal.
Buddy old pal.
Who's not there with you?
You ain't
Yeah.
anywhere near me, bruh.
Yeah.
Metagame, buddy old pal.
You see a book that says Pax, Way of the Warlock, which would seem to be taken and returned by her, and you manage to find it on the shelf that you go to look at, if you do wish to go look at it.
I would like to do that.
And you go there, you see a large book, you notice something very peculiar as you attempt to approach it. You see about 5 feet away, you notice that no ice touches the book.
Definitely keeping my spear out as I grab that book.
As you grab the book, I need you to roll a dexterity save.
Bum, bum, bum.
Ay, puta madre, ay, cabrón.
Let me guess, 1?
Yeah. Oh.
As you go and you reach to pick up the book, you feel a icy presence almost lash out at you as you see this almost spectral, what looks to be claw, ripple out of the book and slash at you.
Okay then.
Dealing a bajillion pennies worth of damage.
Oh no, it's not Bajillion. Bajillion doesn't come until like level 10. You take 4 slashing damage.
And you lost a d6.
I did. It's okay.
We dice
Fireball dice. And I don't have I don't have DM dice in here. That's okay.
Good, maybe we won't be nat 20
You,
this
you
time.
take You take the 4 slashing damage from the claw. As you feel that the claw kind of ripples over, you see that where it slashed through, you see that there's streaks of ice on your guard now as it ripples back into the book as it closes.
Okay. Making a mental note of where it is and backing the hell off.
Okay, you back the hell off. As you back the hell off, you feel the cold presence slowly start going away as you back away from it.
I'm getting the feeling I'm going to need Azur's touch for this. And I'm gonna head out.
Okay. Alright. As you do head out, you see the smoke billowing from the pine tree, even through the storm.
That's probably him.
Yeah, because every tree burning is him. I mean, in this case it is, but you know.
You head off eventually, you see the group of people that have been freed from the ice god.
Yeah, I noticed the tree.
You notice the tree, you see Corgi doing some fancy axemanship as everyone looks at it. They see you and they say, Red Devil!
I'm just going to completely ignore them. Korgath! Where in the everlasting hell is everyone else?
Someplace find the footsteps.
You expect me to find footsteps in the snow,
No.
in the blizzard?
You notice that when you go to a point where the footsteps are, they're gone from the heavy snowfall.
Don't fuck up the barbarian.
You guys continue to go as you seem to approach faster and faster towards Lady Vakas' estate. You feel the wind getting colder and colder until eventually you're completely fine with it. Everyone else is kind of like, damn. Like your prestidigitation warms you up, but the ice seems to be almost encasing your armors as you walk.
What about if you did the one for 3 days?
It's still freezing over your clothing. Your body's staying warm, your clothing not so much. Eventually you get over, you do see an image of the woman appear in front of the manor briefly as you see this elf wearing this kind of regal armor, and she looks over towards you and she kind of haughtily tilts her nose up at you and she laughs a little bit as she vanishes.
My sword's instantly coming out.
By the time you draw it, the image is already gone.
We're just looking for the staff and we'll deal with her later.
Eventually, you do indeed find this, what looks to be very strange staff. You see, you pull it out of the snow. It seems to be almost would normally be encased in ice, but you feel magical tinge to nature. It's a wooden staff, and you see the end is carved into a crow.
That's what the old man described. As we head back.
I'm gonna pick it up and toss it to Guppy.
As you hold on to the staff, you feel the magical kind of presence to it, and you feel the ice start slowly falling off your armor.
The ice on the armor wouldn't affect me.
No, but it's just slowly falling off.
Okay.
Eventually, as you get your way back, you see that everyone is there. The Corgi is still doing his fancy axemanship as everyone looks at it. They're all shivering and shaking and whatnot, and the old man says, "Ah, my staff! Come hither!" And you see that the staff, what looks to be almost animates, turns into this like very large black crow and flies out of your hand and lands on the shoulder.
And why were you surprised to see magic from us?
He kind of looks at you.
You said that only Lady Vakas could do this.
Yes. What the lady doesn't know won't hurt her.
Wait, are you not allowed to use magic?
It's a long story.
I think this may be Lady Vakas.
Birdie dear, open the door for me. Ah! You just see the door just suddenly pop open.
I'm gonna slice at him.
Okay, roll the hit.
And I can't stop it because
Can I use our reaction and attempt to
Oh.
block his blow?
That's an 8.
too bad it missed.
Well, you miss. you go to slash through, you nick up part of his garb. He is indeed real. As it hits the snow, and he like backs up. Whoa, 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 whoa!
He doesn't like the fact that you elaborated.
Let's get inside first.
Fair enough.
We're gonna finally reach towards the tornado wall.
Yeah. You're finally over there.
No. Oh, dragon. Nothing like that. No.
Everyone else just kind of looks over at you, and then they look at everyone else, and they're like, "We've seen enough crazy shit today. You're in the norm right now."
I'm going to toss one of them a vial of alchemical fire.
Just
use that to start a bonfire relatively quickly.
One of them catch it, and he looks it around, and he kind of pops the cork and sniffs
Don't!
it.
Seriously?
And he just like, and slowly does not uncork it and puts it back down. Don't touch it. Got it.
Just have things you want on fire. Or at least I'm presuming that's how it works. Right,
You
Mordecai?
just toss it at a pile of wood, it'll shatter on impact.
Alright, figured as much.
As you go in, you see that people basically start. As you go in, you see that the town hall seems to be a rather lavish area. You see that there's multiple chairs, tables. There seems to be this rather large one that looks to be almost a meeting table that has these rather nice-looking chairs surrounding it. You see that the villagers kind of surround everything. As you see the bird just kind of flies and lands on a large table. You see him walk up and he kind of sits in the head chair. And he said, "Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Gather around. You probably have questions, don't you?"
A list of them.
That
So,
would be correct.
As long as you keep us safe, gladly.
I'm gonna keep my sword drawn, but I'll lower it and listen.
Okay.
Please elaborate on how you claim that
You see
only the lady can cast magic, yet you're obviously doing it.
I myself cannot cast magic. This staff itself was given to us from a traveler from quite some time ago. He started with a K.
Caliban.
He kind of thinks a little bit. The rather large fellow, looked to be a very old human, had these wizard-like robes.
Caligan.
Callaghan.
Archmage.
The cheeky bastard.
Yes, Callaghan, yes. Yes, he gave me this staff, and he said that if we ever needed help, that the Raven could find him.
After 4 days.
He nods. How did you know?
We have something similar.
We had something similar.
I kind of use that.
He
I thought
nods.
everyone wanted to
Ah, well, it seems to act like a familiar or so. We see a kind of Raven just kind of like walk around the table and kind of just like looks at everyone. Yeah, basically. And just kind of walks around the table. You see.
Turns into scream.
Totally screams. He kind of just sits there. Ah, yes, kind of got. He gave it to me as a gift for letting him stay here and for communications, as the mountain was between us and I'm assuming the fair city that you come from.
Well, traveling to and from shouldn't be much more of a problem for too much longer.
He looks very confused. As, oh?
There's a dwarven kingdom between here and there.
Well, yes, but the dwarves never let outsiders in. At least would never let us in.
They may now.
Yeah,
I still
the
wouldn't
undead might have an issue with it.
Kind of nods. He looks at. I will definitely have to reacquaint myself with the kingdom. Maybe we can work something out, but I doubt I would come out of the mountain in this weather. And he kind of shakes his head.
How large is the room that we're in?
About 50 feet by 100 feet or so.
So pretty.
It's pretty sizable.
Okay.
Next question. What does Lady Vakas look like?
A regal looking elf. She wears this enchanted armor that allows her to keep it on without gaining fatigue. She is oh, what do you call it? Starts with an E. He kind of thinks a little bit. Eldritch something.
Eldritch Knight?
Yes! Yes, there we go.
This can be fun to deal with.
Can you tell us how this all began and the events leading up to your being frozen?
I think I might actually have an answer to that, believe it or not. And, Guppy, Azar, I'm going to need the two of your assistances at some point in the near future. I was wandering through the library and I happened to find that Lady Vakas had passed by in that direction sometime in recent months. Specifically looking for reading and returning a book called, what was it? The
Pax, Way of the Warlock.
Pax, The Way of the Warlock.
May I make a religion check?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm making it too because, you know, Pally.
Yeah, go for it.
That'd be a 15.
History check.
Look, I was gonna say, if
13, I am sucking.
you want to make it Azure, you got advantage on it.
22. My hand stopped it.
Uh, 12.
That's with advantage?
Less than me.
No, that's okay. So what numbers we got?
52.
15, 22,
I have 11.
And mine
12
was a
and
history check.
okay. History check. You know that many warlocks write down ways that they make pacts in different kind of various tomes, so that other warlocks, when it comes time to make their pact, do not make the wrong decisions and know exactly what they're getting into. 12, even with 12, you managed to remember that way back when you started the academy towards your warlockiness, that you remember that being basically one of the very base books that Callaghan told you need to read the entire thing. And you do remember that's where you learned about Ebb and Chill from. Religion check, Packs Away the Warlock, basic history book about warlocks, tells them about very different kinds of beings that they can make pacts with. It's just basically a tutorial on how to warlock for dummies.
It's a 14 and 10.
What was the type of creature that Evanchill told me it was?
A Yukiona.
A Yukiona. Yep.
Evanchill informed me that there is a powerful demon in the area, a Yukiona, he called it.
Well, it's definitely watching us because when I attempted to pick up the book, it swiped at me.
Could that also be why we're seeing the lady pop up everywhere?
Most likely. I saw her earlier.
Possibly. I'm not quite sure, as I was one of the first people to be frozen as the rest of the villagers ran away. The Raven attempted to defend us, but
There's only so much a bird can do. No offense, Raven.
he kind of like looks over at you and he kind of shrugs. And then he continues to walk around the table.
Obviously.
Insofar as a bird can shrug.
He winks at you.
Are you guys capable of directly communicating with the Raven?
I can.
Okay.
As the Raven guy looks around.
Sounds like fun to kill.
Hey.
Not the Raven, the
Hell.
Yukiona.
Oh.
He kind of like flaps back at that comment and just like settles down. It's okay, it's okay. He's talking about the demon, and you see it kind of like ruffles its tail feathers. I was one of the first people frozen as the Raven tried to defend me, but Lady Vakas' magic was too powerful for us to do anything. It was simply like an adult taking away the children's playtime, putting us all in a timeout of almost, if you want to call it like that. Her magic seems to increase almost twofold after whatever happened.
Has your village been suffering some form of attacks or something like that?
He thinks a little bit, and you kind of hear whispers start to like go around the villagers as you see this rather rough man walk up. You see he's got like this very large, almost wolf claw mark that goes across like his face all the way down to his shoulder, and he kind of looks at everyone. Yeah,
The White Wolves were at it again.
White wolves?
Of course. Don't you know the legends of the forest around here? She should be able to tell you. Nice seeing you again.
We just met her.
What are you still doing here? I thought you were leaving.
Hey, be
Azara,
nice.
shut the fuck up.
Children, play nice.
I don't believe we've.
Sorry, I couldn't keep it straight there.
I literally just noticed that there's a gnome at the table.
I was actually hanging back a little bit because I still don't trust that. I see his claw mark though, and I was like, I like your scar. I have one very similar, and I present my chin, which it has 4 claw marks and drag down into my throat.
Oh, I see you, a woman of the wild. I'm a woodsman out there. I've seen you time to time. Good hunting. But aside from that, of course, you should be able to tell them, unless if you want me to.
You can tell them.
The White Wolves are intelligent creatures, about the size of 3 times the size of a regular wolf. They're intelligent, they can even speak. They're very pack-oriented. Lately, though, they've been acting quite strange, if you will. This bipedal creature is leading their pack now. It seems to be almost a human, but wolf in nature.
When did this new alpha come in?
He shrugs. He just showed up one day. We're not quite sure. Although he seemed quite... how to put it?
He casted spells.
Yes, spells.
So, magical.
I'm gonna look to Fred and look at him and say, do you know anything about this in all the times of your study at the library?
History check?
Yeah, sure.
That did not land flat, otherwise it would have been a net 1.
Oh, calendar.
Yay, it's not a 1! Woohoo!
Religion, or history, that would be a 16.
White wolves, you have heard of these creatures. They're mystical, magical wolves that wander the forest. They are indeed very territorial. As for the bipedal creature that he describes, you have read before in the late hours of the night when Callaghan will allow you in the forbidden section of the library. You read that there is a circle of the lichen that was banned some years ago in the region, as they would obtain the power to become half man, half wolf in a werewolf kind of state. During that time, they are still allowed to cast their spells, but also they are incredibly dangerous as they cannot control themselves during that time, felling ally and foe alike.
And that's why I've always wanted to play a lycanthrope.
Lady Vakas is the only one that can actually cast spells. I, on the other hand, just possess a magical item, which is this raven. But the White Wolves have been a problem for quite some time, as they rule the forest around us. But the bipedal wolf creature seems to be a problem.
From what I can understand from your explanation, these white wolves seem to be dominated by a druid who follows the path of the lichen. He seems to be using them for their own ends, but these people usually act with total disregard for any form of life, friendly or not. It seems strange to me that he's staying in company within a pack.
Yes, it was quite disturbing. I saw them when I was on the cliffside hunting some hind. I saw a pack of 3 white wolves with the lichen standing amongst them. He was speaking with them in this almost canine language that they seem to understand. Their eyes seem to glow this strange purplish color as they obeyed what seemed to be his every whim.
Do you guys have enough to defend yourself when we go deal with the Lady Vakas problem?
A few of us are still able-bodied, yes. After warming up, I feel my muscles growing. I should be quite fine.
Alright.
Were these... Did Lady Vakas make this deal after these white wolves started giving you trouble?
No. Not that I can remember. Do you know, Elder?
I believe she made the pact in order to save the village, yes. I'm not quite sure what had happened or how so. The council, which you're currently sitting at, seemed that Lady Vakas was absent for many of our meetings. We wished to talk to her about the latest problem, but she insisted that she would figure out something to save her people. I believe she might have went too far.
Seems she bit off far more than she could chew.
Quite so.
To be fair, most warlocks do.
Unfortunately, it's true, they do have a bad reputation, though some of them are very powerful communications between this world and the others.
I don't doubt their power. My problem is that it's inherently unstable. I would not trust my power to any being, supernatural or otherwise.
Sometimes people just need to take what they can.
Alright, moving on. We should probably go to the palace now before,
We start having fireballs being launched.
Before that...
Speak for yourself, Mordecai.
I'm just gonna grab him by the chin and just like have him face forward.
These white
Be good,
wolves,
Azar.
are they, under normal circumstances, are they usually so aggressive towards you?
Only if you go into the domain, which we tend to stay away from. There's a mountain top that they seem to go around. Their homes are there.
Has any of your people managed to ever speak to one of them?
You see, he thinks a little bit, and you see everyone kind of like look around, and
there's the Lady of the Woods. We don't talk about her.
Lady of the Woods?
you see the elder just kind of like look off, and you see this other man come.
Well, you see, there was this elven tribe that used to be our neighbors. They would trade with us fish, products, and whatnot. Very fine craftsmanship. Their leader, the lady, she had a minor dispute with the elder. They seem to have found something in the woods and magical nature. She insisted that the tribe take it as their ancestral rights of the forest. The elder insisted that, well...
You guys should have it.
We should hold on to it.
I see where that would create tension.
I told you, we should have kept on to it. That staff is very powerful. It should not fall into the wrong hands. Well, if the stories are correct, maybe that's how the creature got the powers. Well,
Stories?
You see he kind of walks over to the bonfire, and you see this other person kind of walk up. He kind of brings him these reagents, and he kind of tosses them onto the fire, and he starts like humming something. You see these images start to appear on the fire as he's.
long ago, this forest used to be a barren plain until a great druid came to it and planted the trees around. He had this staff of almost, it's hard to say, but he could will himself into a shape of an animal.
Okay.
But it worked for, well, anyone.
Okay.
He used this to defend the elven people as they were being set up in this area, but that was thousands of years ago. There's no way it could be it.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
I told you, We should have kept it. Oh, shut up, you're just a traitor. I'm sorry I got frozen in your stupid village. Oh. Sorry. Go back to your conversation. I'm gonna warm my hands up.
So what were you saying about this task, Mordecai?
There's the book that perhaps the Yukiona is possessing it. Maybe she's just keeping an eye on it. I'm not entirely certain, but I couldn't get too close.
We should probably deal with Lady Vakas first and then what we
I don't know. I'm getting the distinct feeling that it's a key to dealing with Lady Vakas.
If Lady Vakas has made a pact with the Yukiona, and this book is being defended by the Yukiona, that must mean that the book has some relevance.
My thinking.
Besides, it sounds fun.
The White Wolves are obviously
Give
being
it to burn
mind
something, of
controlled.
course it's fun.
White Wolves are obviously being mind controlled. But those who serve the Circle of the Lycan usually aren't capable of such things. They're usually very rabid. My thinking is maybe this Lycan is also being mind controlled by Lady Vakas. I'm thinking this book might have the possibility of being used to free these wolves of mind control.
And the rest of the population here.
Yes.
Alright, let's
And
go deal with the book.
if that is true, we could possibly use the White Wolves to deal with Lady Vakas. They're obviously very intelligent, and if we free them, they might want to help end this madness.
To the library, then?
You did say they have no control over themselves.
The Lycan does not. The White Wolves do have control. They're just very intelligent.
Yes, to the library. Are you guys going to be warm and safe here?
I think we should be fine. Barst found his axe.
Yes, I did. And my muscles feel amazing.
Barst, just calm down. We don't want another incident.
I don't want to know.
You don't.
Is there like a desk or anything, like table?
They're all currently on fire in the bonfire.
Alright, let's go deal with that book.
Before we leave,
I'm leaving.
we've been on quite an adventure so far. Do you have some form of armory or store or something that we can restock our supplies to make it easier for us to deal with these issues?
Let me think.
He kind of looks around. He looks at.
Barst, do you remember where the entrance is?
Sir, we're not supposed to tell outsiders about that.
Barst, they're helping us. Shut up and do your job.
Oh, this is why I like the woods more. You got the better idea. You see him walk over, and you see him kind of, like, as you all get up, he kind of slides the table all the way, and you see him kind of, like, press down this brick that was kind of out, kind of like in an odd place. As he presses it down, you suddenly hear a thud as you see the floor kind of drop down into a staircase.
I'm assuming this leads to your town armory.
Yes, it does, but look, try not to take too much. It's also our trade goods down there.
Well, what would most of these supplies be worth to you?
Everyone just kind of looks at you and gives you like a variety of prices depending on what you're looking for.
Here's 50 gold.
They take it, and then you see.
Yeah, you can totally have whatever you want out there. You're good.
Mr. Moneybags.
I'm gonna toss them 2 pouches of 30 gold. Just be for me and the gnome.
They're making a fucking killing.
They got,
I
like-
was paying for everyone.
Well, they got another
Yeah, they take
60, 70, 80 gold.
They have 110. No, 80.
50
Yep.
plus 30.
Never mind. Yep. Never mind.
Math!
Dude, you're supposed to math.
I'm 90. Oh, that's a silver. Whoops. 80.
You see him start distributing it amongst. As you walk down there, you see the torches almost ignite on with a little bit of spark of electricity. Sidar freaks out internally.
How large is the room?
A very narrow tunnel.
Alright, buddy, you
About
start
10
here.
feet
I'll
wide.
get anything that you need.
Before I
Yeah, about 10 feet wide. You're going like down. It seems to be kind of dark. Flicks the light on. You kind of see.
With dark vision, can I see like it open up at all down the hall, or? Is
Oh
it
no!
just-
It seems like it goes towards like the back of the building. There seems to be another like doorway that you open up. That seems to be like.
Boss, go with them with the key. They can't get in there without the key.
I'm staying.
Ugh.
I'm staying upstairs.
What do you need up here? Down there. I can grab it for you.
Anything that will be useful, potions, weapons, any of that sort.
I will grab it for you.
I appreciate it.
Before I walk down, I drop 2 pelts in front of the elder guy, and I'm like, for any arrows I take.
Ooh, soft. Thank you.
You know what he's using those for. I said that out loud.
All right, as you
Sidar's
walk
still
down.
freaking out, kind of chuckles.
Yeah.
It's like that nervous chuckle.
Yeah, you're like. Zap. Yee. You see that?
Yeah, firefly.
You see that as everyone goes down. You see Bars follows you, which is the large man with the scar on his face, and just as he continues going down,
You said his name was Barst?
Barst, B-A-R-S-T. Yeah. I wish you good luck dealing with Vakas. She kicked my ass more than once, I can tell you that. I do hope that you prevail. And he kind of goes quiet as
We're
you
going to
realize
try
it.
to save her.
We have
Please do.
We have no intentions of ending her life.
Do you guys have any holy water down here?
He kind of shrugs a little bit, but he thinks so. I think maybe a few vials. It's very scarce around here as we don't get clerics very often traveling through towns. They tend to avoid this place after the incident so many years ago.
The incident? Witch hunt, I take it?
He shakes his head. I'm quite surprised you don't know the history around this part for being sent here.
We weren't told, we were just sent.
The town was erased
Alright.
as his voice quiets down a little bit, as a warlock's power kind of went out of control and it burnt the city to cinders and its inhabitants with it.
I'm sorry for...
So this has happened before.
Yes, but there was no traces left of him. There was not even ashes. We couldn't even find his bones.
How many years ago?
Oh, 40, I think.
This warlock, do you know who he was?
He shakes his head. He came into town one day. It seemed to be a sickly man. He wore this dark robe and he had these eyes that were a piercing red color.
I'm going to roll a history check to try to recall.
Go make a religion check based on his description.
Dork.
That would be a natural 20 history.
Oh, hot diggity!
I'm going to be making a religion check based on its description of the warlock. 17.
Yeah, no, let me actually.
Yeah, I see shit. I know nothing. For Pally, I know nothing.
That
You,
would be a 16.
16 history, 17
I know nothing.
religion. Alright, 17 religion. There is many different
kinds of entities that you can make pacts with. There's quite a few of them that can go south quite fast if you don't obey their every whim. You can probably guess it was some kind of demon from the Nine Hells. You're not quite sure which one.
One of the Nine Hells is actually freaking freezing, if I remember correctly.
Oh, yes, ninth layer. 16?
Yeah.
16. You scarcely remember being told to you when you were kind of a child. It's been more of said as like a fairy tale rather than something that was believably that actually happened. You remember basically is kind of a tale to warn children that warlocks are kind of seen as bad people in your culture. Yeah.
Wait. I technically wouldn't know that from a childhood.
Oh yeah, you wanna? No.
He found a book in the library.
Totes.
One of the times that he went to the library.
Bam.
No, one of the many times I stole a book from him.
Yeah, you see, you stole it, you read it, and then you returned it.
You actually read it for once. Because this one had like this really cool picture on the front with like burning villages.
I've been taught since the 17.
Okay,
I
well,
can read.
to a child, that would look interesting.
Yeah. As you continue down, you see Bars pull out this rather large key and undoes the lock and he opens up this door. You see that there are kind of like stone shelves carved into the wall and you see that there's a variety of different items that are on top. Just tell me when you're done. I'll be
I'm
reading out
looking
here.
for every alchemical ingredient I can get my hands on, and a silver mirror.
You find a silver mirror. As for alchemical ingredients, you find some pre-mixed potions, but they don't seem to have any labels on them.
All right.
I'll grab the holy water.
I do have shenanigans involving any potion rolls. So,
Yeah.
like, can I tell what any of them are?
You notice from mixology studies before when you were in the academy, you notice
Oh,
that.
bartender.
Yep. Tell. You notice about 5 of them about like half-finished healing potions. That they seem to be missing the other reagent in order to do that. You know it's called earthen root. You know it grows around on the hillside, which you might be able to find some, but you don't think you'd be able to find it in this storm outside. As for the other 3 potions, you find one that has some scales in it, another one that seems to have fish gills, and the last one seems to have some unknown substance that makes the water bubble.
It's carbonation. It's for real estate.
How many vials of holy water were there?
You look through a lot of boxes. You managed to find an entire 3 vials of holy water out of the entire storage that they have down there.
So we have to make them count.
I'll be looking to see if I can find another longsword and hopefully a heavier set of armor.
You do find studded leather armor and you also find a longsword.
Heavier.
Heavier? Oh, like chainmail?
Medium armor.
Yeah.
What were the 3 potions? One with scales, one with bubbles, and the other one with
Fish gills.
fish scales.
Yep. You look and look. You see that there's some chainmail armor. There's like a full set of it. Looks like it fit a human. Same thing with the studded leather armor. Aside from that, nothing else.
Alright, anything that Azar wanted down there? I can't remember what he said.
Weapons, healing potions.
You find a variety of different kind of weapons. Morning stars, a scimitar, a few long bows, short bows. You find a few daggers, long swords. They seem to be pretty well armed. And they seem to have been made within the village, at least from the craftsmanship you've seen from the stone and masonry upstairs. They seem all similar. As for healing potions, you see Mordecai inspecting them, and he points out that 5 of them look to be healing potions, but it's missing the other region.
I want the longbows.
Is there any short swords?
You see two of them.
I'm gonna take
I
both.
have a +1
Okay.
to time, so.
Okay, well, then,
You look up. You grab like one of the longbows, and it's like as tall as you.
That's okay.
she'll use herself as an arrow, just, and she's gone! I don't really need anything down there.
I see the long
Wait,
bow is
what
as
armor
tall
do
as
they have
me,
down
and I
there?
take the short bows instead.
What heavy armor
Stones or
do they have
gems?
down there?
They have stud leather and chainmail.
Alright.
Is there, by any chance, any magical arrows?
Sorry, excuse me.
You don't see anything that you don't see anything that would be magical down there. They all seem to be just like regular arrows. You're not quite sure. Investigation check might be your best bet if you want to find something magical in nature.
Actually, Luke, I will take the chainmail.
Okay.
You said there was a short bow down there, right?
Yep.
Okay,
There's a short bow.
I take it.
That would be a 17.
Bars kind of laughs and he looks at. Made gooder use of that one. That tree was really hard to find. And he looks over and he looks at you and says, "Looking for something peculiar, a trinket or something?"
I'm looking for like an enchanted arrow, one that deals different damage than just normal piercing.
He shakes his head. "I don't got anything like that, Boyle.
Oh, you got it.
If you're looking for something peculiar, one of the travelers gave the elder a curio over there, but we can't quite seem to figure out what it does."
A what out?
A curio. I could help with that.
Yeah.
Mordecai.
You wanna
It's
talk about this?
a +1 short bow, by the way,
Okay.
because of masterwork.
All
All of us have +1 weapons.
And if somebody didn't, I
Second.
could automatically. I can grant you a +1 weapon. Woo! I can do that.
So incidentally, what is said curio since I just have the
As he says curio, the two people that kind of would be interested in it look over. You see what, in Monday terms, would look like a Rubik's Cube. It seemed to be mixed up in. You look at it and it seems to be this colorful cube.
What kind of roll would it be to solve it?
Intelligence.
How's your
That's
intelligence?
a 22.
Oh shit!
You walk over and start spinning it, and you see that like you can flip stuff, and you start doing it, and you're just over there, and everyone just sees you spinning these like small stone things until eventually you line up everything, and you kind of hear like a click. You kind of feel some pressure from it.
Opens the puzzle. Opens the puzzle.
I wouldn't know what it is. I use that identifier.
Yes. It's a container of some kind.
What does it have in it? That's the question.
I'm going to like open it like this, just in
Cautiously.
case it doesn't turn into a bag of holding and suck me in.
Something yelling goes.
It just gets sucked into the cube. As you open it up, you see that the box kind of pops open as you see that everything like slides, and you see this like gem like pop up, and then it like glimmers, and you see like a spark of electricity shoot through the gem.
You are terrified?
That would be a 5 for a con save.
Oh Jesus Christ!
You drop it as you're completely horrified of the electricity. And
Can I get a dexterity save to see if I can't catch the thing?
I'll
as it-
take that.
you see as the
19
gem.
dex.
Oh wait,
You see, huh?
it's electric damage, not just electricity.
Although anything that would remind you of the fireflies would probably trigger it.
I mean, the fireflies
12 is
wouldn't
not-
normally trigger me.
Normally, this isn't normal.
Anyway,
It's electric.
as you two approach it, you see it kind of like, you like together you just both catch it with one hand each, and you see that a voice starts playing on it. You kind of hear this like grovelly voice that starts speaking in Draconic.
Okay, I know Draconic because, Dragonborn.
Yeah.
We're good with that.
I do too, actually.
What do I hear?
I'll be
No, I
listening
don't.
as well.
You hear an invitation, actually. You hear this voice. Welcome.
Actually,
I see you have solved my challenge and bright enough in order to unlock the message. If you wish to find me atop of Akazar's tower.
Akazar?
Yeah.
How do you spell it?
Akazar.
Akazar.
Yep. And find me atop of Akazar's tower, and maybe you'll be smart enough to solve the other puzzles.
Oh, great. It's a dungeon of death.
And then the voice kind of like stops for a little bit, and then it starts repeating itself.
This is a fascinating design. Do you totally mind if I keep this?
Keep it.
Alright.
I now have a messenger puzzle. Messenger puzzle box.
You see it plays like 3 times, and then slowly you see the gem just kind of shimmer off as it slowly goes back in, and it pops back, and then you see, you hear kind of like a winding of a gear as you see it mixes itself again.
Same order or?
Different order.
Okay. Otherwise, I was just gonna be a dick and keep it.
Yeah.
Do we know what Akazar's tower is?
Roll a history check.
Yeah.
That would be a 20, 23.
22.
Oh, well, the G's.
Wait, you're upstairs.
Yeah, wait, no, I'm downstairs.
Collectively, the 3 of you each kind of like think together with a little brainstorming section. And you remember Akazar being told by Caligan as one of Caligan's dear friends that he met during his travels. He told you he is something called an androsphinx.
Oh God. Do not want. Do not want.
You remember him telling you he's a large creature with the body of a lion, very large wings, and a face of a human. And he would play games with Caligant all the time.
Well, the Caliban's still alive, so I'm presuming you won.
Rule number 1, do not fuck with the Androsphinx.
Alright, we should probably get to Lady Vakas' tower to deal with this issue.
Possibly. I would suggest so. I don't know how long the Elder can wait up there.
Well, I'm running back up. I was letting the ones down.
Okay.
I'm following her.
Going.
Anyone else grabbing anything from down there?
What
Just
is it?
anything in particular catch.
Elemental stones,
and
gems.
Hmm?
Any elemental stones or gems?
You
That sort.
you look around, you find some.
Birthday presents.
Birthday presents? Wow.
You do.
Santa Flop isn't going to be too happy with you, mister.
You find.
I searched the city. I didn't
Yeah.
find my birthday present.
Maybe it's in the place you least expect it to be. And already in your bag. Dun dun dun.
As you look around, you see these like what looks to be these really interesting looking geodes that seem to go together. As you'd be interested in them as a geometry. You go through them, and eventually, you look around and you move around some boxes that she was like rummaging through, but didn't find anything. And you see there's a handle kind of like in the corner of the room.
Cool. Pull it.
You kind of like
Or operate it, as
Yep.
it were.
you kind of like pull on this looks to be lever, and it pulls over. You see one of the shelves like pop back and slide off to the side, and you see Bars looking there. What is this? What? And he kind of like looks. I've never seen that before. As you look inside, you see this case, and there seems to be these 3 cases that have glass panes over them. Yeah, you can see inside each of 3 of them. You see as you enter, you see this image appear as magical mouth plays, and everyone can hear.
Welcome to the games of the future. One of these three will give you a magical item. The other two might kill you.
Oh god, it's a toad house.
Oh god, here we go again.
Would you like to play?
I'm already upside. I'm already topside.
Exact.
This is all him right here,
Yes,
man.
let's play.
Good. Do it again.
And you see like the image start like glitching, and then it just kind of poofs, and you see two of the cases just flop on their sides, leaving one there.
Congrats, it's your birthday. Ding, ding.
You go up to the case and you hear the voice in this glitchy nature start playing. Congratulations, right one. And it kind of just trails off. The chest kind of like pops open, and you look inside, and you see this dagger that kind of has these like flames that ripple about it. And as you pick it up, you kind of feel this warmth that like overwhelmingly kind of like goes over you, and then the image plays again. Try throwing here, it.
Who's in the room?
No one else.
No, I'm in the room.
Oh yeah, you're still in the room. No one's
I'm
in the
in the
small
room
room
in the
that you're in though.
Let's throw out the boxes.
Okay, you look at the dagger and you chuck at the boxes. Roll an attack to hit.
It's a hit, right? 8, 7, 7.
You throw the dagger, and as it manages to hit one of the boxes, you see the dagger kind of ignite to almost a white flame. It explodes.
Well then.
And you see that the dagger is completely fine, but the box is now on fire.
Alright, we'll take that.
You also notice as you pick it up, the dagger turns into an axe because you're a strength user. Woo! Spoopy!
So now he has 2 flaming axes.
Scary skeletons.
What size axe?
Hand axe.
It's a throwing axe.
It's a throwing axe.
So now you have basically an axe-shaped grenade.
Oh yeah, that's it. You're pretty close.
Are there any more arrows down in that room?
You find another 20 arrows.
Okay.
You now have a lot of arrows.
Yeah,
That's
you're
okay. I need
you're
a
pretty
lot.
loaded on arrows now.
I think you've hit your max load for arrows.
Yeah, probably. I've definitely hit my max for arrows.
And I get the natural.
This is why you don't randomly roll.
A random roll is in. Oh, did you roll that 20?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Followed by nat 1. So balances out.
Wonderful.
Okay, I'm gonna gather the rest of the guys and we're gonna head out to deal with the lady.
To the libraries.
Well, library, then the lady.
And possibly the wolves.
As they come up, they just see me in a corner brooding.
There's nothing
Brooding.
down there.
Darkness. See a little animated storm cloud above you, raining on top of you.
Okay, push the rain crowd away. It'll be okay.
Azar, I know you've been in a mood, but we do need you in top form.
I get up and start heading towards the door.
As everyone walks up, you just see Bars kind of like walk over and press the lever, and you see it pops open, and then the lever just vanishes. Gnomes! He walks out.
Gnomes.
Ding, ding, ding.
Rock gnomes. They're tinkerers of interesting inventions, if you will.
So, great value brand of drawers.
He nods his head, yes.
Yeah,
As he-
Walmart value.
As he shuts the door, and joins everyone else upstairs. You see him repress and the floor pops back up as he moves the table back over.
And where are you heading off to now? To Lady Vakas, son?
Library, then Lady Vakas.
Nonetheless, I wish you all the best of luck.
I can't lie.
Don't tell them where we're going.
Too late.
Etna's blessing upon all of you.
Are you sure you all don't want to go downstairs? That seems a lot safer than up here. I feel like this.
Someone presses the brick, we're all trapped down there.
Yeah, that's one
Good
way.
point. Good point.
He nods. It happened once. Do you know how hard it is to explain to a merchant you ate all of his rations because someone trapped you down there? It's very hard.
At least she didn't die from starvation?
Right side.
Almost died from suffocation.
I can't imagine there'd be much more than a few hours worth of fresh air down there. How long were you down there exactly?
About 2 hours. I'm a stress eater. And a stress drunkard. Sir, you don't need to tell them about that. I know I don't need to tell them about the wild parties.
And he kind of like blushes super red, and you see the raven just like fly off. Like, I don't want to deal with it right now.
As they're going on, I'm just gonna walk out the door.
Yeah, that's the library.
You walk out the door back into the storm. You see the storm grows considerably worse. Your limitation is down to 5 feet.
So, who wants to tie a rope between us so to not get
Like everyone's vision is like down to 5 feet. As you walk back out, you are like walking through like 3 feet of snow as you're trying to get out of this place.
So literally just my head is out of the snow right now.
Yes. You're probably very cold.
I know that you don't trust us, but would you like to climb onto my shoulders? So that way you're not freezing to death.
She's going back to the path.
I'm in the back
Yeah,
of that
no, I was walking behind all of you,
already
so I was
made
just gonna
giant, like,
follow the cleared path that the giants cleared.
The tall people have cleared.
Corky's in front.
I was just gonna walk through that path
Dragonborn
of
and
giant.
the Goliath
Okay.
have cleared the path.
Yeah, you're just got roll an intelligence check.
Actually, I'll tie a rope to my wrist and
Me?
pass the rope down.
No, him.
Okay.
This is going to go well. Change out that die.
Dice dislike me.
Natural one?
All
No.
of these D20s dislike me.
I'm going to root around in my backpack and find
Yeah, it was a
like
four.
pieces of rope and wood and
Never
plastic.
mind.
Yeah.
See if I can fashion like some type
Plus
of
Plus one.
snowshoes.
Roll an intelligence check.
Start you.
That would be a
Wait, what you rolling for?
18.
To invent snowshoes.
Totally got a 5.
You think it's a brilliant idea. The first of ever. You suddenly pull out your axe and you put it towards the ground, and the flames of the axe just melt away the snow, making a path for you. As you just start walking with like this flaming snow shovel in front of you.
As it all turns to ice immediately behind him.
Yeah, basically. And then you turn me around and you see the 5 feet behind you is just like ice now, and you kind of put away your axe.
Alright.
18 on the snowshoes.
You strap wood to your feet.
Not my feet. The small one.
Oh, you strap wood to her feet.
So that she doesn't just sink down. Very
What-
snow.
You like strap it onto your feet, and it's super hard and awkward to walk in these as they're horribly made.
With a
18 intelligence made them horrible.
Yes.
Improvised with whatever you happen to have on hand.
Bam. You basically like took wood, kind of tied some rope on it and strapped it to her.
Can I use my hand axe to like make them better?
Yeah, roll performance
I
check.
hope to God you don't cut off your feet.
You had to say performance. Ooh. Okay. 17. I don't know why it took me so long to say.
17.
Thank you. For being
You
kind.
see it in the mundane design, and you kind of, like, in your head, just call him an imbecile, as you could obviously make this much better. And you take out your
Obviously.
carving knife and you start carving it, and then slowly but surely you make it somewhat decent.
You're welcome.
As it feels weird because you're technically like 6 feet tall now because you're walking on 3 feet of snow.
Well, it's just taller than I am.
You feel tall. How does it feel?
You're about eye level with most of us. Congrats.
Chin level to me.
The orphans have left the city hall in order to seek knowledge from the library of Mordecai's discovery. What will they find there? Lady Vakas' tomb might be there. Who knows if the Yukiona is watching their every move? The snowstorm gets closer as almost a chill of death is in the air. What will happen next in episode 2? See you then! Like, share, subscribe, you know, usual stuff. Like the stuff on the page. Callaghan out.